If you need to spice up your cocktails a little bit, you have definitely found the right place. Today, I am going to teach you how to infuse your own vodka. And I'm gonna do it with jalapenos, and it's not gonna take 2 weeks like it usually does. We are going to do it sous vide style. And if you're looking for more innovative, fun, and easy recipes for food or cocktails, then go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because I come out with new videos every Friday and you will be sure to be notified. All right, it's time to put a little kick in your vodka, and today we are doing it with my sous vide circulator. You guys know how much I love my tools. This will speed up the process. Normally when you infuse vodka, it takes 2, 3, 4 weeks. With this, you got it done in 90 minutes. And do make sure to stay tuned because I am going to tell you my very, very favorite way to use this spiced up vodka. All right, now today we're going to do it with jalapeno peppers. However, you can use this process and method to infuse your vodka with anything you want. Pineapples, peaches, you name it, follow this exact process and you will get the vodka with the flavor you want. Now, again, today we are using jalapenos because I like it spicy, but a note about spice. You do need to be a little bit careful. The first time I made it, I used habanero peppers, which if you really, really, really like heat and spice, this is your guy. But today we're going to do it with jalapenos. Could not be easier. First thing you do, you take a jalapeno. I'm going to use 2. If you don't like a lot of spice, then go ahead and use 1. If you like a lot of heat, again, your habanero is your guy. And it's very, very simple. You're gonna take your jalapeno and cut it in 4ths. Now, important to note, you can take the seeds out if you like it less hot. I really do like it hot, which is why I tried that habanero. And it's very good if you like it hot. But what I'm gonna do is leave the seeds in my jalapenos, and that way that will add a little bit of extra heat to it without, sending you to the emergency room with this guy. Next up, grab a plastic bag. I'm using a gallon size, and we're actually gonna pour the whole bottle of vodka into this plastic bag. So first, plop your jalapeno peppers in there. All right, so your jalapenos are in there. And by the way, please do not touch your face or your eyes after you have handled those, especially the seeds. You will be sorry. So let's go for the vodka. Of course, my favorite part of this process. Now, I'm just using your average sort of middle of the road vodka. Because we're adding quite a bit of flavor, you're gonna be just fine with that. But if you wanna use a high-end vodka, feel free to do so. All right, let's pour the bottle in. Now, save the bottle because after you are done infusing the vodka, it's best to just go ahead and pour it back in the bottle, but you want to make sure you label it so everybody knows what it is. All right, let's zip up the bag. Now, right now, we're just going to do a regular zip up. In a minute, when we do the sous vide, I'm going to show you how to get all of the air out of the bag, which you're going to need to do. All right, let me go grab my pot of water, get the sous vide ready, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, a couple of things with doing the sous vide method. First of all, as you all probably know by now, do put a trivet or a hot pad underneath your pot because it can get warm and you don't want to crack your granite, so make sure you do that. Secondly, with sous vide, a lot of you know what you're doing is you're taking the air out of the bag. I think sous vide means something about vacuum. So you're gonna take the air out of the bag and then submerge the bag in water in order to cook it, heat it up, and infuse this vodka very, very quickly. So in order to do that, especially because it's liquid, take your bag. Now, remember, I have it sealed now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a corner of it to let the air escape. Now, this is just regular room temperature water, and you push the bag down. It's called the displacement method. You are displacing the air that is in the bag, and it's pushing it right out. Now, obviously, be careful because your vodka is the same color as the water, and you don't want your water seeping into your bag. So just go ahead and do as much as you can. And when you get right at the edge, zip it closed. Now do make sure it's fully sealed because you really don't want your water going in there. And that's it. If you can see, the air is mostly, I'd say about 95% out of this bag. So now what we want to do is heat the water. So I turned on my sous vide circulator. Again, I use the Joule. You have to use your phone for it. That's why it's all slick and pretty and you don't see any buttons on it. Works great. I use it all of the time. But if you look, and for those of you who are just learning about sous vide, this is how it works. It is basically a circulator that heats up, and it will keep the water at the exact temperature we want the whole entire cooking process. If you look, you can see the water is circulating and it is also heating up. Okay, water is at 145 degrees. Now we are going to submerge. Again, please double check to make sure it is sealed. You do not want to lose any of that vodka. We're gonna push it in. The water is warm, so use a wooden spoon or whatever you have. And then I like to clip the very edge just to kind of keep the bag in place. Now, I am curious, what cocktail are you guys gonna make with your infused vodka? Please put that in the comments below because I will try them. Okay, so I now have the bag in there. It is mostly submerged. It's a little difficult to get 100% of the air out when you're dealing with liquid, but this will be perfect. It's gonna warm up that vodka and those jalapenos, and you are gonna have the perfectly spicy jalapeno infused vodka. Let it do its thing for 90 minutes, then we're gonna strain it and put it back in the bottle. Okay, 90 minutes are up. Now you just unclip it and then take it out. And if you can see, there's a little bit of color in the vodka because it is now infused with that awesome jalapeno pepper taste. So let's get rid of the pot and I'm gonna show you how to pour it back in to strain it into the bottle. Okay, you guys know by now I am all about doing things the easiest way possible to get the best results. And that's just pouring it through a colander strainer into a measuring cup, and then you're gonna pour it in the bottle. Now, you wanna just make sure to do it slowly because again, you don't wanna lose that vodka, you don't want it splashing out. Oh shit, like it just did. All right, so guys, make sure you do this very slowly depending on the size of the colander because it can splash out like mine just did. Pour it all in and then it will trap those wonderful jalapenos. And by the way, use these in some sort of recipe. Put them on top of some street tacos or tostadas. Fabulous. That's vodka infused peppers. Now, let's look at our pepper infused vodka. See, double duty, it does that. Anyway, look how beautiful that is. Now, all you need to do is pour it back into this bottle. I'm actually gonna try it without a funnel. I can't find my funnel, so I'm gonna try it, but you might not see the whole thing. Anyway, pour it in the bottle and then make sure to label your bottle. So just write it right on here. Jalapeno infused vodka. Okay, now that you have a little bit of an example of some of the fun, interesting things you can do with sous vide, I do want you guys to know I have a free download. Click the link below, and it's a temperature chart that has all kinds of information, whether it's for chicken or pork or beef. It'll show you the perfect temperatures and times to cook your sous vide. And I want to know, other than cocktails, what is your favorite thing to cook sous vide style? Put that in the comments below. Thank you for watching the Spicy Apron cooking show. If this video helped you at all figure out how to get your own infused vodka, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time on the Spicy Apron cooking show. Oh, and by the way, my favorite way to use this is, of course, in Bloody Marys. I love spicy Bloody Marys. And don't forget, you can get the full recipe and how to do this on thespicyapron.com. I have a link to that below. Just click on it. It'll take you right to the page, and you can see how to make your own pepper-infused vodka.